mean like when you put milk in it?
Yeah, a jug is like saying you put milk in. So Justin, how many does she have? How many do they have? They have 5 colored jugs. They have one of each of the following colors. Red, blue, yellow, green, and each of their jugs holds less than what? 1 gallon. Okay, so let's think about what we know. Jayla, tell me one thing we just got from that question. What do we have? So let's start with how many jugs do we have? We have 5 jugs. Up here, why don't we draw our jugs? Samaya, how many jugs? Go ahead and draw your 5 jugs on your top. Do we know anything else about the jugs besides their jugs? Do we know maybe the size, the color, the weight? What do we know?
Wait, they each got different colors?
They have different colors. Let's go ahead and put colors underneath them because we know they're different colors. So one color is what, Sage? Give me one of the colors of the jugs. Red. Another jug, Chris. Blue. Another one, you hear? Yellow. Green. And what's the last one? Orange. Okay, do we know anything else about the jugs, Edronica, right now?
Each of their jugs hold at least less than 1 gallon.
They hold less than 1 gallon. Kaya, does that mean any of the jugs can have more than a gallon?
No, because they all hold less.
All of them hold less. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 1. What does number 1 say, Carolyn? Demetrius, go ahead. Louder, please. So Demetrius has a red jug that's measured in 1/7 of a gallon. And then Kermit, what do we know about Brooke? Brooke? What do we know about Brooke's red jug? Okay, Brooke's red jug is measured in what kind? 1/9 of a gallon. Okay? So what is Brooke's measured in, Kaya?
1/9 of a gallon.
And what is Demetrius's measured in, Samaya? In 1/7 of a gallon. Okay, so A tells us to do what, Edronica? Give an example. What? Give an example.
Give an example of what fraction is a gallon of their jugs could hold a good grade jug holds more than a gallon. Demetrius jug.
Okay, so how many jugs are we drawing in this question, Aaron? How many jugs do we draw?
We draw 2.
2. Who are the 2 people's jugs that we're drawing? Who are the 2? You hear? Okay, so go to draw a jug. This one's going to be D for Demetrius and B for Brooke. Got that up? Okay, so what do we know about Demetrius's? How are we measuring Demetrius's jug? In what?
7.
In 7. So I don't know the numerator, but I know my denominator is what? 7, because that's how you count by 7s, right? 1 7, 2 7s, 3 7s.
Antonio.
Sage, what do we know about Brooke's red jug, though? What are we measuring that one in?
Keep going. Next topic.
What are we measuring Brooke's in? and thirds and fourths and fifths. Look back at your text. And ninths. I don't know the numerator, but I know the denominator is 9 because it's either 2 ninths, 3 ninths, 4 ninths, 5 ninths, right? Okay, what else do we know about these two people? Do we know whose jug needs to hold more? Jalen, look at your text and tell me whose jug holds more. Brooke's jug holds more. Because it says, give an example.
So you said?
Where whose jug holds more? Brooke's holds more than Demetrius's. So whose jug needs to be bigger, Brooke's or Demetrius? Brooke's. Okay? You're making up any example you want. But Brooke's jug needs to hold more than Demetrius's. Okay? So whose jug am I going to make bigger, Brooke or Demetrius? Brooke. Because Brooke's jug needs to hold what here? More or less? More. No, we want to make an example right now. We're just making up an example. Okay? How much do you want to put in Brooke's? What do you want the numerator to be? What can we make the numerator so we know it's going to be more? Okay, let's say we did 6. 6 ninths. What do I need to make Demetrius's to make sure his is less? We need to make sure his is less. So we're going to pick a big numerator or small numerators? So what do you want to pick? 3. Okay? Now we know that Demetrius's is smaller than whose? Brooke's. Okay? Let's look at part B. What does part B tell us, Devontae? A little bit louder, Devontae. Whole class. Okay, what part of that is the question, Carolyn, on the beach? What part is the question? Okay, to show you what part of the question? No, okay, how can I restate my question? What can I do in front of the question to make it easier to restate? What am I going to write in front of my restate? Justin? Tell. So Samaya, the question's asking me to tell how much more of a gallon Brooke's red jug holds than whose? Demetrius's. Go ahead and restate your question. 1 minute, restate your question. Brooke's red jug